fart energy is really potent. So that's a band called Klaatu. Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft is the name of the song. Hippy dippy trippy bullshit, but I like it. Here's the thing though. There is some really interesting stuff that happened around this band. When they first were, let's just say, discovered and played on the radio a little bit, I think there was a DJ that was like, hey, this sounds a little bit like the Beatles. And then if you check the liner notes of the album, there's no, like, names. So this DJ started this rumor that Klaatu might have been the Beatles in disguise, because it was credited to, the songwriting was credited to Klaatu, the singing, Klaatu, the penis, Klaatu, the guitar, Klaatu. So it was all, like, mysterious. No one knew who these guys were. And when contacted, the manager was like, they'd rather not reveal who they were. And it sounds a bit like Beatles, a little bit, maybe Abbey Road Beatles in particular. And someone was like, oh, it sounds like Paul McCartney singing. And it turned into a big thing. They got a lot of airplay on the radio for a while. This and another song. So there were people that were convinced it was the Beatles. And it raised their profile considerably, because people believed it and were like, oh, this mystery is interesting. They found clues. There's a sun on the cover. And they're like, oh, here comes the sun. And there were other clues in the lyrics, and people just found these connections. And then eventually Klaatu was like, well, my name is like John. And then the other guy's name was like Ted. You know what I mean? Like, not the Beatles, just some three-piece of some random Canadian dudes. And then the radio stopped playing their songs. No one cared anymore. So there's a story of that on YouTube if you want to really dig into that. There's a video I watched. It's the band everyone thought was the Beatles. It's an 8.5-minute video or so. And you may want to check that out if you have any interest in this bizarre story.